Every single day, it feels like there's some brand new AI tool promising to turn us into instant, high-performing geniuses. But as we're all rushing to use them, are we actually paying attention to what's happening inside our own brains? Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're breaking down a fascinating new study that completely flips our understanding of artificial intelligence on its head.
This brings us to a massive, kind of uncomfortable question that we're all secretly asking ourselves behind closed doors. Does using AI actually make you smarter, or is it just making us lazier? Like, are we building real, tangible skills when we type a prompt into a chatbot, or are we just outsourcing our critical thinking to a machine and, completely losing our edge? It's really the ultimate knowledge gap of the modern digital age, and the answer is entirely counterintuitive.
Okay, let's dive into this. To get past all the internet hype and get down to the absolute truth, we're looking at a brand new cross-sectional study published in the peer-reviewed journal Sustainable Futures. The researchers surveyed 263 university students who were enrolled in really complex, innovation-oriented courses. They wanted to see exactly how using AI impacts a student's ability to build what they call sustainable entrepreneurial competence. So we aren't just talking about passing a standard multiple-choice test here. We're talking about real-world, high-level problem-solving, recognizing new opportunities, and designing innovative solutions from scratch.
Section 1. The missing link. We're going to start by looking at our baseline expectations, because according to the rigorous data from the study, our biggest and most common assumption about artificial intelligence is literally 100% wrong. The common expectation is just a straight line, right? You use an AI tool and boom, it instantly generates entrepreneurial skills. You plug in the perfect prompt, and suddenly you're a highly capable innovator. But the researchers ran the statistical models, and the reality is that the direct effect of simply using AI on building these complex capabilities is mathematically zero. It's completely statistically insignificant. The data proves that simply handing a student or a professional an AI tool does absolutely nothing to directly build their business skills. Handing someone AI is definitely not the final destination.
Section 2. The motivation domino effect.
So, if artificial intelligence doesn't directly make us more capable, what exactly does it do? Why are we even using it? Well, the researchers framed the true value of AI as a chain reaction. AI is really just the very first push of the dominoes in our minds. Let's walk through the actual psychological pathway this study revealed, because it happens in 3 distinct steps. Step 1. You use AI for support. Maybe you use it to map out a really complex topic, clarify a confusing concept, or just get some initial feedback on a rough draft. Step 2. Because you have this highly supportive tool, you actually start feeling more capable and in control of your own learning. In psychology terms, the AI is satisfying your core human needs for autonomy and competence. You feel like you're the one in the driver's seat. And that leads directly to step 3, deep thinking, or what the researchers technically call cognitive engagement. Because you feel confident, supported, and in control, you actually invest more of your own intellectual effort into the problem. You don't get lazy at all. You actually dig deeper.
Section 3. Creativity, the secret engine. And this brilliantly illustrates the next crucial point.
Because, digging deeper and thinking hard is fantastic. But how does that mental effort actually translate into real-world business and entrepreneurial competence? There has to be a missing link in this chain somewhere. Well, that missing link is creative thinking. The study explicitly defines creative thinking not just as, say, painting a pretty picture, but as the ability to combine knowledge from completely different fields to generate novel approaches and solutions. When your brain is deeply engaged, mostly thanks to that initial boost of confidence you got from the AI, you start experimenting. You start connecting dots that aren't obviously connected. You don't just ask the AI for a final answer and call it a day. You start using your own brain to synthesize the raw information the AI helped you gather. Creativity is the true translation mechanism here.
Just to put that into perspective, there's a very specific data point from the study to keep in mind, 0.318. In the researchers' advanced structural equation modeling, this number represents the direct effect size of creative thinking on sustainable entrepreneurial competence. Now, out of all the different variables tested in the entire study, creative thinking had the absolute strongest direct impact on success. It was literally the powerhouse of the entire analysis. Creativity is the ultimate engine. The AI simply gets you started and makes you feel capable, but it's your own creative synthesis that actually builds the real-world skill.
Section 4. The trust twist.
Now, we need to pivot for a second because the researchers didn't just look at the successful pathway.
They also tested some really common assumptions about the human factors involved when we use AI. And what they found actually didn't matter at all is genuinely surprising. First off, you'd logically think that if you deeply trust in AI's suggestions, it would boost your creativity, right? Wrong. The data showed that a student's trust in AI did not significantly alter their creative output whatsoever. Second, having super high confidence in your ability to use AI tools, what researchers call AI self-efficacy, also didn't change that core domino effect we just talked about. Actually, scratch that. It honestly just doesn't matter if you think you're an absolute tech wizard or just a total beginner. Just being a quote-unquote good prompter is absolutely not the magic bullet everyone says it is. The real magic only happens in your own deep thinking and creativity after that prompt is generated.
Section 5. How to actually use AI. This incredible data completely changes the way we should be studying, the way we teach, and the way we operate in our daily careers. We can't just slap AI onto a problem and expect a genius result to pop out. So the crucial point is this new playbook. For educators and students alike, the strategy is crystal clear. Do not use AI to find the final answer. Use it to explore the problem space and build your own understanding. Treat AI-generated feedback as a sparring partner to challenge your own revisions, not as some unquestionable truth. Use it to map out complex, real-world systems where things like economic and environmental issues intersect. And most importantly, always recombine the ideas that AI gives you to create something completely new. The AI is just your scaffold, but you have to be the builder.
So, the science is officially in. AI won't make you lazy if you use it to spark your own creativity, but it definitely won't make you a genius if you just copy and paste. Which brings us to a critical question for all of you. Reflect on your own daily habits for a second. How do you use AI? Are you using it as an answer key to skip the hard work? Or are you actually treating it as a sparring partner to push your own deep thinking to the absolute next level? Let us know down in the comments. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep thinking deeply.